transition to another kind of independent filmmaker. I'm yet to see No Man's Land. It's on my watch list. I can't wait to see it. Big fan of her work with the writer. You have the director of The Eternals and Kevin Feige saying that this was the best pitch he's heard of a film. Now, I don't know why we haven't seen an Eternals commercial yet, or a trailer, or a teaser. I know it's been pushed back. We have the Super Bowl in a couple weeks. But Leo, man, your thoughts on Kevin Feige saying this was, and we're 13 years into the MCU, this is the best pitch he's heard? Hey, man, what's your anticipation level for the Eternals?
Oh, another one that I'm just anticipating so much. And maybe this is because I'm just a Marvel freak. I love Marvel stuff. I'm so excited for this. I haven't seen No Man's Land either. And like, so many people are saying it's a good movie. So I'm excited for that as well. Mm-hmm. But I just can't wait for this movie. There's a lot of big names, and I can't wait to see what is it, Richard Madden and the dude who plays Jon Snow, Kit Harington, come back together and see Game that energy on screen. Yeah, man. So I'm excited for that. I'm excited for Angelina Jolie. There's so many people involved with this movie, and I can't help but to think they're purposely holding some stuff back, like there might be something maybe that ties to WandaVision or ties to what we're seeing now. I'm wondering why they're holding it back so much too. Like, we haven't even got to look at the suits. We haven't even got to anything. No kind of photo. I think there was like one set photo of somebody's chair. So I'm just like, why is this so, like, why are they so secretive about this? Like, give us a little bit more. Yeah. Give us a little bit more to taste on. Like, give us something, a little more preview, something. But I'm very excited for this. Stoked.
Same here, man. And tossing it to you, Owen, just your thoughts on, again, I know you're a big comic nerd. Is there anything from the Eternals that you're looking forward to seeing? The deviants and Thanos is rumored to be in this film, like a young Thanos, and meeting his parents and kind of getting the backstory from him. But more importantly, all the different characters we're going to be getting in the mix. What's your anticipation level, man, for the Eternals?
Yeah, I've always thought Eternals was a really unique IP for Marvel to develop, and it seems like Chloe Zhao is a big part of why this film's happening. Mm-hmm. The original Eternals Jack Kirby run is great, as is all Jack Kirby stuff. There was a run, I think it was a Neil Gaiman run, that I think this film is going to pull from a fair bit. But the comments that Feige made, some other comments that have been made regarding the way that this film's going to go is really interesting. I'm just reading something here saying that, because they spoke to a couple of directors. I think they spoke to Travis Knight, who did Bumblebee, and a few other people. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that they talk about is they want to make the movie a marriage of East and West. And they talk about how Zhao wanted to make the movie as like a love letter to manga, which is a really interesting direction, because like you're fusing that kind of almost, because the Eternals, the closest comparison within kind of comics to compare them to are the New Gods.
Yeah,
it's kind of Kirby. He did the New Gods for DC, and he kind of did the Eternals with the Celestials and the Deviants over at Marvel. So kind of mixing that, and much like the New Gods, the Eternals, it's very much like this kind of intergalactic Shakespearean lore almost. So infusing that with very kind of like a hybrid of Eastern and Western culture and manga influences. It's a very unique style of storytelling, and I think that Chloe Zhao is a fascinating filmmaker. Yeah, and Feige says it was one of the best pitches he's ever heard. And to be honest, given how quickly they were keen to snap her up and get this project fast tracked in development, and the people have got involved in it, it speaks as a testament to how much confidence he has in it. And if he has this much confidence in it, it's probably going to be great.
And I think it will be. And tossing it to you, the Blurb Girl, just kind of your expectations level for this film, and kind of exploring these characters. And again, just, I think there's not a coincidence that you pick some, speaking on the Shakespearean aspect, the family drama and the politics of Game of Thrones that we got with the Robb Stark and, Jon Snow is a good casting there. But this cast is great. Angelina Jolie, Brian Tyree Henry, we saw with Kumail Nanjiani got just ripped for this role. I mean, the cast looks incredible. What's your expectation level for the Eternals coming out hopefully later this year?
I think it's going to be amazing. I think, again, this is we have a chance to take things in a different direction. I like that Shakespearean thing, like you were talking about. If it is an ode to manga, I am all here for it. Here's the thing: I have a different perspective on Feige saying like, no, it's good, it's really good, she's amazing, it's really good. It's simply because women that are brought into a lot of these geek spaces, Ava DuVernay went through this too. When they're announced, there's a lot of outcry like, oh, this is just some SJW nonsense or whatever. So then the marketing machine has to work overtime, even if they're amazing at what they do. The marketing machine has to work overtime to say, no, 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 but really, they're good. I'm a guy and I'm telling you they're good. So nobody in filmmaking like thinks that Chloe Zhao is anything but spectacular director. But because nobody in the world of the, genre filmmaking really knows her, it's like, oh, is this just another, diversity pull? Like, why isn't she directing Shang-Chi? Like, stop. She's good at what she does. Let's see again. I wish we were seeing teasers and trailers too, but I have a weird feeling that it's got some tie-in to to Wanda or Loki or something.
Yeah.
Because the Eternals. I also think we're going to see Thanos again because these are his people. This is his family.
Yeah.
I also think that just in terms of what we're going to get out of this, they're going in a completely new direction. I mean, we've got a queer character. We've got a deaf actress actually playing a deaf character. These are things that not just aren't seen in genre films in the MCU. They're just not seen. So I am excited to see the stories that they build out of all this. And I am very confident, being that Chloe Zhao has also had control over the script and not just the directing, that we're going to see a really, really good story. Because it always feels a little different when it's the writer stays on, but then you see directors leave, and then another director comes in. This movie seems to have been consistent from day one. And that makes me feel better. The last thing I'm going to say is I got a chance to talk to Kit Harington at Ace Comic-Con. My God, was that was that 2019? What, like 20 years ago? And and he had said he wasn't able to divulge about the Eternals on stage.
Yeah.
But like he backstage, as well as at this point, it's people are talking about the other characters. At that time, they weren't. But Richard Madden, he said, is just amazing. He's gonna be amazing, and I wouldn't expect anything, less. I mean, that the whole Stark family went through it, but he was one of the characters that I did really like, and I think he's going to be amazing. And Camille Nanjiani, everybody. I'm really looking forward to. I mean, come on, Nanjiani's been working out for like what, 3 years?
Yeah,
that's got to pay off.
Hey, I hope so. And again, these characters are bigger than life. I believe this story is going to span over 5,000 years. So we're going to get some modern times, some past times. I believe Ken Harrington is playing the Black Knight, which I'm not too familiar with his lore, but I believe it has, I don't know if he deals with Excalibur and all the different things of Marvel and dive into that kind of realm of the MCU. It gets me excited. But Chris, man, wrapping up this conversation about the Eternals, man, just your thoughts on what this film can be. And if it is like essentially kind of the launching pad of the MCU with diving deeper into the outer space, deviants, celestial beings, things of that nature. What's kind of your expectations for this film, man?
Yeah, so by now, I've learned to never doubt Marvel and what they're introducing, and this is the first film since when Guardians came out, that I'm like, I don't see how this is going to work. Is it going to fit in, and now knowing how the way Marvel works, and they always try leading up to an event or characters meeting others. I mean, this film in itself has an Avengers cast with just so many characters being introduced and thrown in. So that's kind of just what I'm most interested to see, is how they're going to make that dynamic work with all these characters, if they're going to try tying them in to meet other superheroes that they're about to show, like Shang-Chi or Wakanda and Black Panther and whatnot. But I got to believe it's going to be good. I can't believe how ripped Kumail Nanjiani got for this role. Like, every time I see that, it just blows my mind. And I also curious to what kind of action sequences we're going to get, if they're going to throw in young Thanos, just that world building again, how he fits into the story. So I'm excited for Eternals, but at the same time, I actually just don't even know what to expect. I just want to see that cast interact.
I hope we get a trailer, hopefully in February during the Super Bowl. That would be fantastic. Or, a nice way to end the WandaVision show in that week before Falcon and Winter Soldier is maybe, I don't know, set up a trailer or a teaser in that show, maybe like a little post-credit scene of the Eternals. That would be pretty cool. But let us know in the comments, guys, those watching the replay, your anticipation level for the Eternals, your excitement level for the Eternals. And if you're a big comic fan, what should we be looking forward to in this film? And what kind of stuff should we be reading maybe to prepare ourselves for the Eternals coming later this year? Let us know in the comments. So